you look at it, and that's why I think football is the hardest sport to project in some ways, because there's so many injuries. And does it hit you with a key guy, or is it somebody you can survive? Do you have enough depth? And one of the good things the Eagles do have going for them, at least in the trenches, I think, is depth. I don't think they have good depth at cornerback and safety. I don't think they're good there, but I think they have really good depth along their offensive and defensive line. I think they have enough depth at backup quarterback to survive for a couple of games. I don't think he's a starter for a long-term thing, but I think he could survive a couple games with him. So, am I going to attempt to pronounce this name? Yeah, let's take a shot.
Here we go.
Giants lost an outside linebacker, Azeez Ojulari.
Yeah,
Azeez Ojulari. Thank you. Pulled up lame, running mid-practice sprints. He missed the early portion of camp with a hamstring injury. So I don't know if it's a recurrence of that, guys. He had two trainers walk him off, basically, very gingerly. I might add.
I hate to see that, but he's one of their major pass rushers too.
Yeah.
Did you see the video I sent you guys? I mean, he's got two guys helping him up. He can't even put weight on the leg. So
it looked bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked bad. And they have been destroyed so far. I mean, they lost Colin Johnson, who was stepping up as a receiver for them because they had so many other receiver injuries. He's done for the year. He tore his Achilles. Actually watched them play a little bit in their preseason game. Was it Sunday night they played? Whenever it was. And they're down, what was it, 7? We counted offensive linemen yesterday.
It was 6 offensive linemen
and 2 on the pup.
Yeah, 2 on the pup, 2 DBs, 2 linebackers. Now it's 3 linebackers because Azeez Ojulari was a linebacker. He was actually their pass rusher. 3 receivers. Like I said, 2 DBs.
Man, welcome to being a head coach, Brian Dable. You know,
walking wounded, man. This man, I hate that to happen, bro. Because you know, it's just.
I'm with you, Barrett. I don't root for injuries, man. I don't.
Yeah, I especially not with players. I don't like seeing that, man. You know, as a player, I went through that. My last year that I didn't play because I ripped my quad muscle from my kneecap, and I can remember, that's just the worst feeling in the world. Everybody else is doing things and getting ready for the game. You're sitting in the training room doing rehab and trying to get better, man. But I mean, I kind of knew that my career was over with after that, man. Because
at least you had gotten a decent amount of years in at that point.
Right.
But
won a Super Bowl too, and it's like, I was sitting back like, all right, somebody half your size, half your age, couldn't come back from this. I'm like, all right, that's a hell of a thing to tell me. Somebody, sitting on the ground on the field at the time of the injury.
Yeah, but, you told that story. I can't believe your trainer said that to you, man. I should
have punched him in the back of his head.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. I mean, Dr. Bradley's a good dude, man. So that's why I said it. In fact, Dr. Bradley's the one that did Carson's surgery on his knee.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So a couple other odds and ends. J.C. Treader, who had a nice career. He ended up playing, 10 years in the NFL. And, he was a good center. He was a really solid player. He's the NFLPA president. He retired. He went out on his own terms. He said he set a goal for himself when he was, in high school to play in the NFL. He did it. He had a good run. He's had a lot of injuries, and he's just ready to walk away. So it's time. Guy went out on his own terms. I give him props.
You hear so many more players nowadays talking about quality of life, something we didn't hear much of before the CTE scare began to surface. And there's been a few players that were taking like 2nd, 3rd, 4th round picks that bowed out after a couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't feel the risk; it was worth the reward.
Look at Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
Patrick Willis. He retired at the height of his career. That linebacker only played 2 years. Started for 49ers also.
That was he was a 2nd round pick from Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they projected him as a starter, and you're right. He walked away after second.
He had some concussion issues. He just said, "I'm not risking this. It's not worth."
So what about Luke Kuechly?
Yep. Kyle Katerra.
Yes.
Katerra did the same thing. He's like, I can't go through this, and then decided to come back to the league. But
come back
to play.
Yeah, no question. But I mean, that's The hardest thing when we sit here and we're,
Andrew Luck, you're right.
Great example. Yeah, Mr. Taz. That was 3 years ago yesterday, I believe. Was when Luck announced that.
How do you know stuff like that, man?
I read it. I only know. No, I don't know that. Listen, I'd be fair. I should lie and be like, I just know that on the top of my head. I read some
because he told us, Barrett, he has no hobbies other than watching TV.
No, actually, I read something on that one the other day on that one. And so you look at it, and that's why I think football is the hardest sport to project in some ways because there's so many injuries. And does it hit you with a key guy, or is it somebody you can survive? Do you have enough depth? And one of the good things the Eagles do have going for them, at least in the trenches, I think, is depth. I don't think they have good depth at cornerback and safety. I don't think they're good there, but I think they have really good depth along their offensive and defensive line. I think they have enough depth at backup quarterback to survive for a couple of games. I don't think he's a starter for a long-term thing, but I think you could survive a couple games with him. So I think from that standpoint, at least, and that ties into our Dillard discussion too, but I think the Eagles are ahead of most teams, when it comes to, like, we talked to Jordan Reynon the other day from the Giants, and one of the ironic thing, he said, man, if they have any kind of injuries, they're done. Like, they have no depth at all, right?
Yep.
And they have more injuries than anybody else in the NFL. And their season's probably likely doomed already, which is crazy.
Bro, it's crazy that we won a Super Bowl. We're kind of the walking wounded when we did.
Yeah.
That's when you say that it was the stars just aligned and, the moon was in the right place and the sun just hit us right
the sports
time.
gods were saying, okay.
But
I agree.
Man.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with a couple people yesterday about Eagles depth and all this stuff, and they were talking about how Tyreek Hill was doing this and doing that. And then A.J. Brown turned around and said, all right, then, well, here's your best player, Howard. And he just ripped him for a touchdown, you know what I'm saying? Big catch on a bomb, a touchdown. And he actually beat Howard on the play. Actually, if you watch the film, Tyreek Hill and Slay was step for step. Yeah. It's just he stepped on his foot. I mean, it was actually good coverage.
And he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was beating him like that. It was actually step for step, great coverage. It's just their feet got, messed up. You know what I'm saying? But then when you watch Howard, who's their best corner, getting beat by
Devontae,
by A.J. Brown.
And Devontae a couple times, yeah.
But see, I'm like, you got to put all of them up. You just can't just paint one scenario.
That was A.J. Brown's point. Like, dude, what? Show mine too.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
Well, I got into a debate. Who has the better receiving core? I'm gonna ask you. I'll pose this to you guys. Who has the better receiving core, the Eagles or the Dolphins? I'm saying the Eagles outright.
Tyreek Hill,
Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson. Because of Tyreek Hill, I'm saying Tyreek Hill. Nobody tracks the ball better in the game today than Tyreek Hill.
I said receiving core.
Yeah, okay.
Not best receiver.
Jalen Waddle's a great receiver. He didn't have anybody throw him the doggone ball. Jalen Waddle's a great receiver.
Bro, all right. So let me put it like this. When I look at their roster, and I pose player for player, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown. I gotta go with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Just from a speed aspect, but as far as skill aspect, I think they're tit for tat.
Yeah, I think it's a 50-50 ball. I'll take AJ Brown, but the possibility of a home run is so big with Tyreek.
You hit Tyreek Hill on a slant. Goodbye.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Right. But then I go, all right, then Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith. You cannot say Jalen.
I go Devontae.
Exactly. So who's after that? Cedric Wilson or Cedric. I mean,
Cedric Wilson was a good receiver who was buried behind
last year.
Exactly, with no quarterback.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd still lean Devontae though, Derek. I would lean
Devontae outright.
I'd say to me that's a push. I'm saying push right now. I'm not going to give it one. I'm not going to give it to one or the other.
Cedric Wilson versus this is where I think that's an advantage. Dolphins, but
you don't forget Cedric Wilson's buried behind Amari Cooper and then all of a sudden CD Lamb.
Cedric Wilson came on at the end of the season like 4 games. He wasn't doing that all year.
So you like Quez and or Zach Pascal over him?
I think their numbers are similar. I mean, compare their numbers. It wasn't like Cedric Wilson was blowing people out of the water.
No, 600 yards receiving, 13.4 yards per catch, and 6 touchdowns. Right. For a number 3, they're good numbers for a 3.
Yeah.
I think that one, I probably go Wilson, but it's really close.
Yeah, really, really close. Then you go, who's next on the depth chart now? Let me look at the
because Watkins is a different, he's a home run hitter.
Yes, he's a different animal. He's a guy that you go, take it out of field deep. All right, then you go, all right, who do they have now? Preston Williams?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, like they're 4.
Sherfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muhammad Sanu?
His better days are behind him.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason he's there is because of Mike McDaniels. He was with the 49ers last year.
Right.
I'll tell you after that, the Eagles.
It's an interesting one too, and I would go Dallas Goedert because he's more complete. He's a blocker too.
Yeah,
Gesicki's a really good pass catching tight end, but he's a glorified receiver.
Well, let me tell you this: Gesicki was running with the 3s in the last preseason game.
Right.
He's right on the edge of being cut right now.
Cut?
Yes.
Well,
he ran 3/4 of the game, the last game they played in.
The coach came out and said the report is false. And now, of course, the coach could be lying. Coaches do lie. They lie all the time.
Dallas Goedert's way better. Way better.
Yeah, no, I would go Goddard, and he's more complete. I still like Gesicki as a receiver, but he's not the blocker. He's not the complete tight end that Dallas Goedert is for sure.
Then so that's what I'm saying. They're saying that I think our team is more balanced than their team. I think we have a better quarterback than they do. We have a better offensive line than they do. Running backs, I think we're tit for tat with them as far as running backs. They may have a little more speed when you look at their ability, to take it to the house. They can definitely take it to the house.
You got Chase Edwards and wait a minute. Chase Edwards, Raheem Mostert, and Sony Michel's down there.
That's good depth.
Dude, that's a great trio of backs right there.
Yeah.
I tried to sell before you guys looked
I'm
at
sorry.
I got it. I'm going Dolphins on that one.
I'm going Dolphins too. I'm going Dolphins.
Yeah. But offensive line, I'm taking the Eagles. Offensive line, I'm taking.
No question about that. No question about that.
Yeah, that's a good. It's an interesting debate with those two teams. It is. It's an interesting debate, I think.
And defensively, it's not even close. It's not even close. Our defense is hands and feet better than them. Yeah. Our Slay against, their best player is Howard.
Xavier Howard, yep.
I think, Slay is better than he is. Defensive end as far as,
Christian Wilkins. And Ogba.
Yeah, Ogba. Emmanuel Ogba. Then you have Jalen Phillips, Miami guy.
Yeah, young kid. Yep.
Yeah.
He'll play the role sort of Hassan Reddick plays, right? To an extent.
Byron Jones,
former Cowboy.
Yeah, I would put Bradbury ahead of him.
Okay. And their safeties are Brandon Jones and Javon Holland.
Guys.
Interior, you got Raekwon Davis as your nose.
Yeah. He's a
handful.
He's a handful. But hey, so is Davis.
Yeah, right. I'll take the Eagles. Light lean.
Yep.
I'd go Eagles.
It's tit for tat, man. It's tit for tat.
Yeah, and they're in a tough division. You got Buffalo, you got New England, who I know we talked about earlier. We talked about quite a bit the last couple of days. They're in a tough division. It's not going to be easy to get out of there.
Very tough division.
They were weird last year. Do you guys remember how it went with them last year?
Yeah, like they won their first 10 and lost their first. Last 7 or something.
No, they won their opener against the Patriots, 17-60, right? Then after that, they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, in a row. Then they rip off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. Then they lose 1, win 1. Like, what a weird year. And
right.
Yeah, it's strange.
And during that time, we were talking about, the owners like, we want you to lose. And the head coach like, no, we're not doing that. We're not losing games on purpose. And that came out like midway through the season.
Yeah. Yeah, there was, who knows what the heck was going on behind the scenes there, man. I mean, it was strange, very strange situation with that owner who I guess I don't know, did he escape all this stuff?
No, he's suspended for 6 games. Remember?
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Suspended
and they
for
got
6
fined,
games.
and the
Yep.
NPM fined too.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
so that's kind of where things are with that. All right. Let's go through quickly. Let's do the redo of Week 14. So Thursday night, Raiders Rams. Very good. Good start. Browns Bengals, Eagles Giants, Ravens Steelers, the Dolphins and the Chargers, the Bucks and the 49ers. Sunday night is the Chiefs and the Broncos, and the Patriots and the Cardinals is Monday night. So
you know what my surprise game is gonna be?
Yeah.
Titans, Jaguars. Because I really believe that I think Doug will have those guys going in the right direction about that time. And I think the Titans be going in a different direction. They'll be going a lower direction. So they be passing each other at the same time. One's going up, one's going down.
I can buy that.
So Jacksonville is going up, and the Titans are going down.
I can buy that.
So that's going to be a good game. Chiefs Broncos.
That's going to be awesome.
Sunday night, baby. Sunday night.
All right, which game you guys watching? Miami, Chargers, Tampa, 49ers, Kansas City, Denver.
I think I might have to go
Bucks, you can only watch
49ers.
one game that day.
I'm going Bucks 49ers.
Yeah, Bucks 49ers.
Bucks 49ers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, man. Browns Bengals that's going to be a dog.
Well,
fight.
especially, Watson should be back by then. I mean, in back for a little while now. Got a little rhythm going. And then Ravens Steelers is always just a bloodbath.
Absolutely.
And then the Thursday night game, you talked about it, Rob. The Thursday night game is a winner.
Raiders Rams in LA. That's a killer.
That's gonna be a clash of the Titans also, man.
Herbert Carr. Oh no, I mean Stafford. I mean Matthew. Stafford Carr.
Yeah, Stafford Carr.
Hey, speaking of that, tonight I know there were games last year, but we got 2 tonight, guys. We got Packers Chiefs tonight is one. That's on NFL Network, and then the other game, 49ers Texans, is on Prime Video, Amazon Prime.
I'm curious to watch the Texans just to see how bad they are. I'm sorry. I just want to see. I'm sorry, but I just want to see. I want to see exactly what Lovie Smith has walked into. And I don't even know if their starters are playing tonight.
Do you think he gets any sleep?
No.
Could that beard get any whiter? I mean, I don't know if that's possible.
No.
And that beard, he is Santa Claus, man. It is crazy.
No.
That's I'm working towards that, man. I'm trying.
So I'm working towards it.
Dude, my wife refuses to allow me to grow a beard because my beard is completely white.
I hear you.
She goes, I'm not walking around with somebody who looks like my grandfather. I'm like, okay.
Right. I just Lovey, take it down a little, man. I don't know, but whatever.
Look, Lovey said he's earned that white beard with all he's been through in his life. He went to Illinois. Everybody thought he was going to turn around Illinois. Illinois couldn't do nothing.
No, nothing.
Lovey got out of there real quick.
He got back to the pros fast.
I'm done. I'm done with this.
Well, a lot of it, I think they're going to stink, but a lot of it hinges on they think they found a gem in Davis Mills.
I think they have, though. I think he's pretty good.
I think he's a decent QB.
He was okay. Amidst a lot of nonsense last year, he was pretty decent.
And he had a receiver catch 1,000 yards. Brandon Cooks was a 1,000-yard receiver on that offense last year.
Yeah,
my goodness,
what a weird career. He's moved around a lot for a productive guy.
For a first-round pick, he's been all over the planet. I mean, why? He can't stick anywhere.
But you don't hear, at least I don't, like that he's just awful guy and you got to just move on from him.
No.
I don't hear any of that stuff. I don't quite get it with him.
The fact that he couldn't survive in the Saints offense with Drew Brees,
I know.
That's a red flag right there.
And he was at the Rams in that offense.
Yeah. He couldn't survive in the Rams offense.
I don't know.
Know.
I don't have an answer. I really don't understand it. When you got that kind of speed and you can catch it too. Strange. All right. 2:00, Jason Avant's going to be joining us. We're looking forward to talking to Jason. Jason was great the last time we had him on. So we will talk to him about anything and everything when it comes to the Eagles, the NFC. I'm curious where he stands. Would you move Dillard for a 2? Yep. So we'll talk to Jason about that. A little bit later in the open talk, this is really cool. I don't know if you guys saw this. Jeffrey Lurie is auctioning off. Did you guys see this? A midnight green Tesla, his midnight green Tesla.
Yeah.
For the Eagles Autism Foundation. So we'll talk. Right. We'll get into that. Major injury in the NBA. for a young dude. Major injury,
man.
which we will discuss. I got a good good on this date for you guys, good birthdays, and a good couple good movies as well. So we got a lot of good stuff in store. We come back, we'll talk a little Phillies as well. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis. We are Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network on this Thursday. Let's talk Razor technology. Data is everywhere in business today, but when it's locked in a way in silos, it can be efficiently used. All right. And businesses don't have time to wait for the insights that shape decision-making. Razor Technologies data management not only integrates data from wherever it's generated or collected, but provides a uniform structure for strong interpreting and distributing it to decision makers. Razor helps businesses transform and model their data, use it to populate real-time dashboards, and create shareable reports that highlight key areas of progress as well as warning signs in need of attention. Smart data analytics and the tools to make data insights easily digestible, and they help businesses of all sizes and discover types where they can be untapping significant savings. Razor Technology can help you break down your silos and fully realize the value of your data to drive growth for your business. Learn more at Razor Technology, 866-797-3282, 866-797-3282, or visit them online, razor-tech.com, razor-tech.com.